In this video, we're going to talk about finding the inverse of a rational function. So we'll begin with something like f of x equals 2x plus 1 over x minus 3. And so we're going to switch x and y like we always do when we go to find the inverse. And then we cross multiply, so it ends up giving us xy minus 3x is equal to 2y plus 1. And the thing that we need to be careful about is we end up having, notice we end up having two y's. So I can't just solve for this y and call it good. I've got to get the two y's together on the same side, get them by themselves. And so I have xy minus 2y, and I'm going to get everything else to the other side. So I'm going to add 3x to the other side. And now from here, I can factor out a y. I did not save myself space. I'm going to come here. Okay, so then I can say y times x minus 2 is equal to 3x plus 1. And then I'm over here, you'll notice this is just y being multiplied by this x minus 2. So y would be equal to 3x plus 1 over x minus 2. Okay, now here's the cool part that I wanted to talk about. If you remember, the domain of this function is going to be the set x such that x is not equal to positive 3. That's our asymptote here in the domain. And the range, if you remember back to Algebra 2 and you found out how to find your horizontal asymptotes, since they have the same degree, we took the leading coefficients and divided those. And so we're going to have, this would have an asymptote at the line y equals 2. So the range is going to be everything but that. It's the set y such that y is not equal to 2. Okay, so keeping that in mind, that's the domain and range of the original function. And now here is our inverse function. And its domain, you'll notice we can't let its domain is x such that x is not equal to 2. If we plugged in 2, we'd get a 0 in the denominator, and you are not Chuck Norris. You cannot divide by 0. And then the range, sorry, still my favorite math joke. And then the range, we divide the leading coefficients, 3 over 1. The range is everything y such that y is not equal to 3. Notice the range of the inverse was the domain of the original, and the domain of the inverse is the range of the original function.